I'd like to introduce you to the idea of travelling stitches. Travelling stitches, while it's more about the effect you create with the work than the stitches themselves, and it's really a combination of a couple of different techniques work together. So what you'll see is in the background a two-colour garter stitch background. Generally it's going to be worked in the round because it's much easier to work it that way, with one colour worked in the knit round, second colour worked in the purl round. So it creates a very, very subtle blending of the two colours together, almost like a marl effect in the back. Then on top of that, you're creating a cable stitch pattern, but it is usually going to be single stitch cables. So just one stitches that are traveling across that background of two colour garter. You can create a really dramatic effect of a very subtle colour differences so that it just barely has the effect of those stitches standing above it. Or you can have a big dramatic difference between the two colours where basically it's jumping right out at you. Both work really well. One is not better than the other. They just look different. So it's really about colour preference basically. So I'm going to very quickly just show you on a very basic level what we're talking about and the simple stitches that you're going to be working with. So all you're going to be using is 1x1 cable crosses or 1x2 cable crosses, and then all the rest of it's going to be worked in garter stitch. So let's take a look at what this looks like on our needles now. So you can see here, these are single colour travelling stitches, so a single knitted stitch that is passing across a two colour garter stitch background. Now, two colour garter stitch is easiest to work in the round because you'll have one round. Let me move this over here. In this case, the darker pink is going to be purl. So anytime you encounter you're working this color, you're going to be purling, and then when you reach these traveling stitches, those will be slipped. So that means that you're never going to have the darker color worked with those, and the background for this will be purled with these. Then when you're working this color here, which is our lighter color, and it's going to be our traveling stitches, those rounds are going to be knit, and you can also work your traveling stitches, which are going to be 1x1 or 1x2 cables across the front here. So you can see when I'm working them, I tend to keep my purls color in the front, which makes it a little bit easier. So when you drop it down and you're ready to work the next color, you've got this back over here. And you can also tell which colour is coming next because you can see which was the last stitches worked. So in this case, it's the darker colour, the purl ones. So I know that I have to pick up this lighter colour and knit the next round. So let's just have a quick look to see how this has worked. So I'm going to go and knit these colours here. And then when I encounter one where I want to do a cable cross or do my traveling stitches, I can do it with or without a cable needle. I'm going to do this without a cable needle and make a move to the left and into the second one, knit into the first one, and then work across to the point where, did I drop? Yeah, that's correct. Then I'm going to knit across to the next one where I want to do it again, and you can do the same thing. Just knit into the second stitch, knit into the first stitch, and then drop both of those off. And you can keep doing that across, and usually it's easiest to work by following a chart because you can very clearly see which ones are slipped, which ones are knit, and which ones are purled. But it does take a little bit of attention following the chart, but none of the stitches are difficult to work.